In the name of Allah, the Beneficent, the Merciful, very good morning, my dear friends, guys and girls. Today's class is about accent development or accent training. It's a long-awaited class. Students wait for this class from across the world, from India, from Bangladesh, from many other countries, and of course in Pakistan as well. So, dear friends, today's class is specific because today we are going to just learn some new things in accent development. For example, today in pronunciation, we'll be learning about syllables. Syllable is a basic unit of a word. And there are words which has got only one syllable. There are bisyllabic words, two syllables. There are trisyllabic words, three syllables. And there are four-syllabic words, tetrasyllabic words. So polysyllabic words. So you must understand why there is a difference between these syllables and what's the benefit of learning these syllables. You know, if you know about the natural break in the sound of a word, you must understand how, stress works, in the word. For example, in monosyllabic word, which has got only one syllable, there is no stress at all. For example, Spain, France, chair, these have got only one syllable and there is no stress in it. Stress enters when there are more than one syllable. For example, England has got two syllables. America has got four syllables. Britain has got two syllables. Pakistan has got three syllables. So, syllables, when there are more than one syllable in a word, there is a stress. For example, in England, the first syllable is stressed. Ing is stressed. It's England, not England, not like this. So it sounds like this. If you understand how there are syllable incorporated and what is the stress pattern in each word, it will be very easy for you to get very close to the native speakers. For example, there is a word education, education, education. Actually, the third syllable is stressed here. And pronunciation, there are five syllables in it. Pronunciation, pronunciation, pronunciation. Third syllable is stressed here. So stress pattern is important. Stress in a word is important and stress in a sentence is important. Now, the sentence in stress actually becomes intonation. Intonation, which words we have to stress in a word, in a sentence, I beg your pardon. And stress actually comes when there is a word only and one syllable is stressed. There are two kinds of stresses. The first one is primary stress. The other one is secondary stress. So the primary stress is the most important one. If you see in the dictionaries, these days we have actually we have lost that traditional dictionaries, the paper-based dictionaries. We are using electronic dictionaries these days, and they will show you a little one written on the primary stress of a syllable. So it's important to learn all these patterns of syllables. And today in today's class, we'll also be talking about one important thing, and that is the question tag. Yeah. Question tag is a natural part of a sentence. It's in the fluent spoken English, we normally use the question tags as well. There are examples of question tags. I will be just giving you those examples. From in a full-fledged sentence, sometimes there are two parts. The second part is a question tag. If the first part is negative, the question tag won't be negative. Actually, if the first part is positive, the sentence is affirmative or interrogative, the second part will be the negative one. So it incorporates very exclusive in a sentence to give it a natural tone, to give it a native tone. So you must understand, I will give you some examples of those question tags as well today in the class, because a spoken English class, in spoken English, question tags and short answers, they are important. Short answers, for example, we don't have to, the third important segment of the class will also be about short answers. We don't have to give the full answer of every question. Maybe there are examples of short answers as well here in this class. So thank you very much. I will give you the chance to express yourself and to say and to speak the certain text you have been assigned today. God bless you all. I'm going to see you shortly. Start.
John. Hi, I am John. I live in London. I have a flat in Dean Street, Soho. I have lived here for 3 years. I am a press photographer. I have worked for the London Gazette since 2010. My wife's name is Faye. We've been married for 2 years. We met at university. Faye's a receptionist at the Ritz Hotel. I get around town on a motorbike. I have had it since I was 25. Faye goes by bus. We don't have any children yet. Thank you.
Would you please, that was good. The first sentence you spoke, first couple of sentences.
Hi, I'm John. I live in London.
I live in London, right?
I live in London. I have a flat in Dean Street, Soho.
Okay, that's good, good. Shabash. Sound was good. She tried her level best. And there is a room for improvement as well. You can't say that this is the exact presentation of those words which she learned from. But anyway, it's better. Good. We clap here in this exercise or any exercise because this is the tool of appreciation. You know, we inspire and appreciate everybody who gives the presentation in the class. So this is really an encouraging tool of the spoken English class at Genius Institute, Lahore. Right. It's the guidance for those people who ask us why there's a clapping in the class. All right. Thank you. The next one, please.
How long has he lived in the flat? John has lived in the flat for 3 years. How long did he live in
For
the
3
flat?
years. It's the sound is not years.
Years. Years. How long did he live in the flat? Karl Marx lived in the flat for 5 years. What does he work? John works from the London Gazette. How long has he worked there? John has worked there since 2010. What was his job in London? Karl Marx was a foreign correspondent for an American newspaper. Which newspaper did he write for? Karl Marx wrote for the New York Daily Tribune. How long has been married? John has been married for 2 years. How long was he married? Karl Marx was married for 38 years.
For?
38 years.
For 38 years.
Thank you.
There's a bit of fumble in 38. But anyway, sound was good. Thank you. Very good. Dot.
I've known John for 3 years. We met at university. I last went to the cinema 2 weeks ago. The film was really boring. I've had this watch since I was a child. My grandpa gave it to me. I lived in New York from 2005 to 2007. I had a great time there. I've lived in this house since 2008. It's got a beautiful garden. We last had a holiday 2 years ago. We went to Spain. I haven't seen you for ages. What have you been up to? I haven't had a break for an hour. I really need a coffee.
All right. That's good. Thank you. You must understand the use of pa, ta, ka, cha. You know, these are the aspirated sounds. Aspirated and non-aspirated sounds. We'll be learning about these maybe in any next future video. So, but it will also enhance your accent for speaking right. Please, it's your turn now.
Where do you live, Susan? In a flat near the town center. How long have you lived there? For 3 years.
How long have you lived there? For 3 years.
Why did you move there?
Try to give the pause where they give the pause. For example, कितना chunk sentence का आपने इकट्ठा बोलना है वो आपको पता होना चाहिए. कहाँ इंटोनेशन आना है. फॉर एग्जाम्पल इफ देयर इज इंटोनेशन, राइज एंड फॉल ऑफ द टोन, आपको पता होना चाहिए. पॉज शॉर्ट होना है कि लॉन्ग पॉज है, उसका पता होना चाहिए. जहां कॉमा आएगा स्मॉल पॉज होगा, जहां फुल स्टॉप आएगा लॉन्ग पॉज होगा, और क्वेश्चन जब आएगा तो साइन ऑफ क्वेश्चन टोन राइज करेगी, फुल स्टॉप होगा तो टोन फॉल करेगी. सो यू मस्ट अंडरस्टैंड द बेसिक्स. ऑलराइट.
For 3 years, why did you move there? Because we wanted to be in a nicer area.
Alright. Thank you. An average, not very extraordinary. Try to work very hard, please.
David Taylor Hughes. I come from Newcastle in England, but now I live in Perth, Australia. I have been here near 10 years. My wife Jodie is Australian and our children Russell and Castle were born here. Alice is named after my grandmother. Her grandmother, Alice Hughes. She is 89 now and still lives in Newcastle. Lately, I have become really interested in my family history back in the UK. I have started speaking in my grandmother about it. I love find out she was the youngest of 9 children and the only one who have been born in England. Her 8 brothers and sisters were born all in Scotland. They come from very north of Scotland, from some island called the Orkneys. They worked there as farmer as 100 years ago. My grandmother told me that hundred of years before the family ancestors were actually Norwegian. They came over to Scotland in the 9th century. She says that's why we all blonde here in our family. Anyway, it became more and more difficult for my grandparents to make a living farming, so they traveled south. They finally arrived in the north of England in Newcastle with their 8 children. Alice were born soon after they arrived.
Okay, it was a long text you read. It was okay, but you can work on it further. You have to work on your accent further, actually. In this way, you can have more improvement. If I ask you, I will say that it is the best one, you will say that this is the finest one. You have to improve yourself further and work harder. Very good. Thank you.
What do you do? I work for an international company. How long have you worked here? For 2 years. What did you do before that? I work for a charity. Do you know Dave Brown? Yes, I do. How long have you known him? For 5 or 6 years. Where did you meet him? We were at university.
Over at a university, it's a better performance. Shabash. Yes, please. It's your turn now, boys. You can start.
What do you do? I work for an international company. How long have you worked there? For 2 years. What did you do before that? I work for a charity. Do you know Dave Brown? Yes, I do. How long have you known him?
How long have you known him? This is not exact way. How long have you known him?
How long have you known him? For 5 or 6 years. What did you meet him? Where did you meet him? We were at the
Where
university
did you meet
together.
him? Where did you? So where did you? So be precise. Where did you meet him? In the park. Right, like this. एक आपका पूरा चंक जितना बोलते हैं उतना बोलना है आपने, इससे एक फ्लुएंसी आएगी. राइट, ट्राई टू अंडरस्टैंड. और जब आपने राइज एंड फॉल को फॉलो करना है इंटोनेशन को, इससे ब्यूटी आएगी. जब आप इन एस्पिरेटेड और नॉन एस्पिरेटेड साउंड्स को फॉलो करेंगे, फर्दर इनहैंस करेगा आपका एक्सेंट. यस प्लीज.
Where did you meet him? We were at the university together.
That's good. Thank you. The next one, please.
Talking to the grandma. So, Grandma, your parents were both in the Orkney Islands, is that right? Yes. My mother was called Jens. She grew up there and she married when she was 17. And you were her 19th child? Yes, I was the only one born in England. Times were
England, not
England.
England. Not just a flat sound. I told you that to work on each sound.
England.
England. Land,
England.
not land. England.
England. Times were really hard for my mother. You see, my father died when I was 3. I can't remember him at all.
I can't.
Remember?
Huh?
Remember?
I can't remember.
I can't remember at all. So what did your mother do? She worked as a cleaner and dressmaker. She had 2 jobs and a big family dress. Oh, yes, she was amazing lady. But my 2 eldest brother, the got were in shippers, so there's help too. Oh, all my brothers and sisters have died now. I am the only one left. I know.
All my brothers and sisters have died now. I'm the only one left. Like this. I'm the only one left. Not like this. All my brothers and sisters. अगर आपने practice की हो घर में properly, तो आपको पता होगा कि मैंने कितना जुमला बोलना है. All my brothers and sisters are not all, ball, tall, not tall, not mall road, mall, shopping mall. All my brothers and sisters have died. I'm the only one left. Yes.
I know. Did you marry young grandma? Oh no.
Did you?
Marry young grandma? Oh no, I didn't marry until I was 22. That's still young. It was unusual in those days, and I had only 3 children. But now you have lots of grandchildren, great grandchildren. I do. They live it all over the world, not just in Australia. I know. I have cousins in New Zealand and America.
No. New Zealand.
New Zealand.
No, New Zealand. Every word matters. I have cousins in New Zealand and Australia. I have cousins in New Zealand and Australia. Gee.
Oh, yes, I love it. I talk to all my grandchildren and I have seen all my great children. I email sometimes too, email, Skype, and texting. It's all really wonderful, is not it? It's grandma. It's just great talking to you. I have lots more questions for next time.
Next time, you read it beautifully well. Very good. It was moderate. There's a lot of improvement lot of room for improvement. Yes. I beg your pardon. Yes, please.
It's a lovely day, isn't it? Yes, it is a beautiful. We all love days like this, don't we? We certainly do. Okay, my next step record is Mummy or cat just
Mummy, like this.
Mummy or cat isn't very big, is she? No, she isn't. She's just a kitten. And she loves fish, doesn't she? She and she loves fish, doesn't she?
5.9.
She loves it's her food. We had such a good holiday, didn't we? We did. We had a great time. And it wasn't too expensive, was it? No, it wasn't. It wasn't expensive at all. The baby looks just like her mother. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Same blue eyes, same nose, but she's got her father blonde hair, hasn't she?
Hasn't she? Doesn't she? Hasn't she? Don't you? Won't you? Can't you? Can't he? Won't she? All these are actually question tags which come at the end part of the sentence. I told you about the methodology, but let me tell you once again some question tags from this exercise, for the next exercise. So dear friends, there are some examples. We would like to quote here of question tag. For example, it's really wonderful, isn't it? And the first part, it's means it is. Is there in the first part, and in the second part, isn't it with a question tag, isn't the negative of is. So you can notice it here. अगर ये होता, it isn't really wonderful, is it? फिर वो is होता क्वेश्चन टैग में, और फर्स्ट पार्ट में चूंकि is है, लिहाजा सेकंड पार्ट में क्वेश्चन टैग में isn't है. You understand?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
The second example, you come from Scotland, don't you? Come from Scotland, present indefinite tense.
Sir, ये पढ़ ही
And
नहीं
you
रहे
understand,
आप,
present
मैंने कहीं
indefinite
और
tense
पढ़ा है,
में
आप
do
क्या
और does
कर
का
रहे हैं
इस्तेमाल होता है. So उन्होंने
मैंने 7,
first
13
part
पढ़ा है,
है,
आप
you
12
come
पढ़
from
रहे हो.
Scotland, तो you है तो फिर do इस्तेमाल होगा. Don't you? Negative हो गया. और अगर कहता you don't come for Scotland, from Scotland, do you? फिर ये होना था, क्योंकि आपने vice versa कर रहे, vice versa. अगर पहले में auxiliary verb simple है, तो second part question tag में negative हो जाएगा, और अगर first part में negative है, तो second part में जो question tag में simple auxiliary verb का इस्तेमाल होगा without not के बगैर.
Okay, I
There
understand.
is another example. Life wasn't easy then, was it? Wasn't, was. Life was easy, wasn't it? अगर ऐसा होता फिर different हो जाता. So you've lived in England for years, haven't you? You've lived. It's a present perfect tense. So इसके अंदर has have का इस्तेमाल होता है. तो you've lived. ये असल में है you have lived. It's a contraction of you have, you've lived in England for years. साल हा साल तक आप इंग्लैंड में रहे, haven't you? और अगर होता you haven't lived in England for years, तो फिर होता have you, right? So you have to think alternative aspects. अगर first part में आपका negative है auxiliary verb या model auxiliary verb, तो second part में जो है without not आएगा, positive हो जाएगा वो. और अगर आपका first part में जो है वो without not है, not के बगैर positive है, simple है, तो second part में negative हो जाएगा. So that's the theory of making making question tags. अब सवाल ये पैदा होता है कि question tags को इस्तेमाल कहाँ करते हैं? In spoken English, we use question tags in order to speak it quite naturally, because native speakers speak like that. Native speakers इस तरह बोलते हैं, question tags का इस्तेमाल करते हैं. You would find in the films or the dramas of the native speakers, the question tags are frequently वो इस्तेमाल करते हैं in order to give a natural touch while speaking English. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Photographer.
Yes, photographer. You are actually reading words now. Photog, not photographer. Photographer. Second syllable पे stress है. Top पे stress है. Photographer. Photographer. इसी तरह से photography. लेकिन इसमें अगर आप family words की बात करेंगे, photography. लेकिन अगर आप photo कहेंगे तो फिर photo. फिर पे फर्स्ट सिलेबल पे स्ट्रेस है, टो पे फोटो नहीं है, यहाँ फर्स्ट पे सिलेबल पे स्ट्रेस है, फोटो. और अगर आप इसका एडजेक्टिव बनाते हैं तो फोटोग्राफिक. देखिए कैसे चेंज हो रहा है सिलेबल, जो स्ट्रेस कैसे चेंज हो रहा है. अगर आप फैमिली वर्ड्स की बात भी करें तो स्ट्रेस इज चेंजिंग. फोटो में फर्स्ट सिलेबल पे है, फोटोग्राफर में सेकंड सिलेबल पर है, फोटोग्राफिक थर्ड सिलेबल पे है. एडजेक्टिव जब बोलती हैं फोटोग्राफिक. सो विद एवरी फैमिली वर्ड द स्ट्रेस पैटर्न इज चेंजिंग कि किस सिलेबल के ऊपर स्ट्रेस आना है. थैंक यू.
Photographer. Receptionist. Receptionist. Scientist.
Sorry, I don't understand.
Scientists.
Tests, right.
Farmer.
All right.
Artist. Politician.
Musician.
Musician.
Politician. Look at the sounds. politician, musician,
Politician.
artist, scientist, similar kind of sounds. Okay.
Accountant.
Accountant.
Decorator.
Sorry?
Decorator.
Decorator. Decorator. Syllable, third syllable stress aa raha hai yahan. Very good.
Actor.
Sorry?
Actor.
Actor. First syllable stress hai actor.
Interpreter.
Interpreter. Hello? Interpreter stress hai. Interpreter. Interpreter stress hai. Interpreter.
Interpreter. Librarian.
Sorry?
Librarian.
Librarian. Rape stress hai. Second syllable hai. Librarian.
Yes. Electrician.
Electrician. Third syllable stress hai.
Yes, third.
Electrician.
Electrician.
Right.
Lawyer.
Sorry?
Lawyer.
Lawyer. Law. First
Lawyer.
syllable stress hai. Lawyer. Not liar. वैसे normally lawyers are liars, but not everybody. कुछ stick with the principles. कुछ तो principled होते हैं. So lawyer. Right. Lawyer. Very good. Great. Now in this unit, there is an example or a tape script which tells you about two-syllable nouns and adjectives. Okay? For example, nouns की बात पहले करें, फिर adjectives की बात करेंगे. Danger. Danger. Two syllables. First syllable stress है day. Danger. Danger. जिसको आपने स्ट्रेस करना है उसको आपने स्ट्रेस के साथ बोलना है, उस पर फोकस करना है, उस पर थोड़ा प्रेशर डालना है उस सिलेबल के ऊपर. डेंजर. ऑलराइट. काइंडनेस. काइंडनेस. काइंडनेस और काइंडनेस. फर्स्ट सिलेबल स्ट्रेस है. क्रिटिक. Critic. First syllable, critic. Nakad. Artist. First syllable stress. Artist. Difference. Difference. अब first syllable stress है. आप ये नहीं कहते difference. नहीं, ये नहीं कहेंगे. Difference. Deep stress है first syllable पे. Adjective में dangerous. 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 There are three syllables. No, there are two syllables only. Dangerous. Dangerous. Healthy. Healthy. Friendly. You understand? जब मैं बोलूं कि कौन सी syllable में stress है? Famous. Famous. कुछ verbs भी हैं two syllables. For example, two syllable verbs भी हैं. For example, invite. White पे stress है. Invite. Second syllable stressed here. Explain. Explain. Plain पे stress है. Explain. Discuss. Discuss verbs. Two syllables only. Employ. Decide. 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 Compete. Compete. Second syllable पर stress आ रहा है. आपको मैं एक और इंटरेस्टिंग एग्जांपल बताता हूं. जैसे एक लफ्ज है rebel. 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 ये rebel पे अगर दो syllables इसके हैं, ये नाउन भी है और वर्ब भी है. पता कैसे चलेगा कि ये नाउन लिखा हुआ है कि वर्ब लिखा हुआ है, या सॉरी ये नाउन है ये वर्ब है? अगर आप बोल रहे होंगे तो अगर आप कहेंगे रेबल, फर्स्ट सिलेबल स्ट्रेस देंगे, syllables on the stress on the first syllable, तो ये हो जाएगा नाउन रेबल, बागी. और अगर इसी पे सेकंड सिलेबल पे आप स्ट्रेस कर देंगे रेबेल, तो बगावत कर रहा, ये वर्ब हो जाएगा. सिर्फ एक ही वर्ड है, दो सिलेबल्स हैं, वो नाउन भी है और वर्ब भी है. फर्स्ट सिलेबल पर स्ट्रेस होगा तो वो नाउन है, सेकंड सिलेबल पर स्ट्रेस है तो वो वर्ब है. ये एग्जांपल एक और भी खूबसूरत एग्जांपल है. डिसाइड, compete. अच्छा, noun ending in shun, S-I-O-N and T-I-O-n. Invitation, invitation. 4, ये different चीज है, 4 syllables. Invitation, second, third syllable पर stress है. Invitation, किस पे stress है? Third syllable पे. कैसे बोलेंगे? Invitation, शाबाश. आगे आप बोलेंगे, बताएंगे भी कौन से सिलेबल पर स्ट्रेस है. एक्सप्लेनेशन, कितने सिलेबल्स हैं? एक्सप्लेनेशन 4 सिलेबल्स हैं. डायरेक्ट सिलेबिक वर्ड है और स्ट्रेस कहां है? एक्सप्लेनेशन, राइट. कंपटीशन, थर्ड सिलेबल पर स्ट्रेस है. ambition, 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 ambition or decision, decision, second syllable stressed here. So ये कुछ examples हमारे पास TION, shun की आवाज देने वाली भी थी. Thank you.
Frida Hoffman, archaeologist and writer. Frida Hoffman was born in Germany, but she has lived most of her life abroad. She has a passion for history and ancient civilization. Her greater love is Africa, and she has written several books about ancient Egypt. Frida, you've traveled a lot in your lifetime. Which countries have you been to? Well, I've been to a lot of countries in Africa and Asia, but I've never been to South America.
South America.
To South America. When did you first go abroad? When I was 6, my family moved to England.
Shabash.
Why did you move there? Because my father got a job as professor of history at Cambridge University.
Cambridge University, very good.
Have you always been interested in archaeology? Yes, I have. When I was 10, there was an exhibition of Tutankhamun, the Egyptian king, in London. My father took me to see it and I was fascinated. After that, I knew that I wanted to go to Egypt and be an archaeologist.
Egypt.
And be an archaeologist. How many times have you been to Egypt? 20 times at least. I go as often as I can.
Thank you very much. Very good.
Have you always been interested in archaeology? Yes, I have. When I was 10, there was an exhibition of Tutankhamun, the Egyptian king, in London. My father took me to see it and it was fascinating. After that, I knew that I wanted to go to Egypt and be an archaeologist. How many times have you been to Egypt? 20 times at least. I go as often as I can. Have you ever discovered anything? Yes, I've made some very important discoveries. I was the leader of a team that discovered some ancient tomb near Cairo. Have you written books about Egypt? I want you. How many books have you written? I've written 3 books about the pharaohs, and I've written a book about the journey and made from Cairo to Cape Town. How did you